Okay, so for this lesson, we're going to be working with liters. So we're moving on from grams and kilograms and working with liters. Liters, you're going to be measuring the capacity of a liquid. So with liters, you're not really working with like the weight of an object. It's liquid and how much liquid would go into a certain amount. So this right up here gives you a good example of a liter. A full glass holds less than 1 liter. So if you have a cup and that cup is full, that's less than a liter. A water bottle holds about 1 liter. So look at the size of that water bottle. Think if that is full of water, that's going to give you about 1 liter. Not all water bottles are going to hold 1 liter. It depends on the size of the water bottle. And then a fish bowl holds more than 1 liter. Once again, it really depends on the size of the fish bowl. So thinking about this size of a fish bowl that you've probably seen before, that holds more than 1 liter. And another thing I want you to think of is think of a 2-liter Coke bottle. If you were to pour half of that out, what was left would be 1 liter, and what is in it is 2 liters. So it's the bigger ones that you can buy at the store. That would be a 2-liter Coke bottle. So we're going to kind of do this like what we did when we were working with grams and kilograms. We listed the balls, or we listed the objects from the greatest mass to the least mass. So these containers we're going to write in order from the ones that you think will hold the least water to the ones that you will think will hold the most water. So this time we're starting at the smallest and we're working our way up to the biggest. So which ones are going to hold the least amount of water and which ones are going to hold the most amount of water. So we're starting with the smallest and working our way up to the biggest. So on your piece of paper, you're going to be writing one of these down first, which one would hold the smallest amount, and then continually go bigger to which one would hold the biggest amount. So we've got a milk jug, a sink, a drinking cup, a cereal bowl, and a swimming pool. Starting with the one that would hold the least amount of water, going to the one that would hold the most amount of water. So write that on your paper in order, and whenever you're ready to check and see if you have it written in the correct order, you can push play. Okay, so depending on the size of the cup and the size of your cereal bowl, either one of those could have been first. So if you put drinking cup and then cereal bowl, or if you put cereal bowl and then drinking cup, I'm okay. So either one of those could have been first. What would come next is a milk jug, okay? Because you could probably take quite a few milk jugs and pour it into the sink until your sink got full. So drinking cup, cereal bowl, then milk jug, then a sink, and then a swimming pool. Okay, swimming pool would definitely hold the most amount of water. It would take a lot of liters to fill up a swimming pool. Okay, so we're going to go directly to the paper that is in your binder. That is the problem set that we're going to work on. It's kind of hard to see, but this top line of this container says 1 liter, so it's like a measuring cup. If you've seen a measuring cup before, you can look at the side, and some of them do have liters on there. So this measuring cup is, if it's full up to the top line, that's going to give you about 1 liter. So we don't really have to write anything on this line. We know that this measuring cup has about 1 liter in it. But we are going to go to these next pictures. It says estimate how much liquid volume there will be when the container is filled. So when you're looking at these, in the cup in both sides of the sink and the teapot, if you were to fill these completely full with water, would they have more than 1 liter of water? Would they have about 1 liter? Or would they have less than 1 liter? Okay, so I'll do this one with you. If you have this small cup of tea, is that going to be more than 1 liter that would fit into the cup, about 1 liter that would fit into the cup, or would it be less than 1 liter? And I'm just going to put the word less. You don't have to put that whole sentence. This would definitely be less than 1 liter. If I had 1 liter of water and I poured it into this cup, it would be overflowing. Okay, so both sides of the sink, would that be more than 1 liter, about 1 liter, or less than 1 liter? So on the line, you can put more, about, or less, and then push play again whenever you're ready to check your answer. So the sink is definitely going to hold more than 1 liter. It would take quite a few liters to fill the sink up completely full. And then the teapot, is that going to have more than 1 liter? Is it going to have about 1 liter? Or is it going to have less than 1 liter? So write that down and then push play whenever you're ready to check your answer. Okay, so the teapot is going to have about 1 liter. Because if you look up here at this measuring cup, if you were to pour this whole measuring cup into this teapot, that would fill that about full. So this is going to have about 1 liter in it. Okay, so this part right here that says on your own, you're going to do this, looking at the containers and thinking about 1 liter. So if you're confused some more about what 1 liter is, if that measuring cup was full, it would have 1 liter in it. So you're going to do what we just did. You're going to put, if the picture in the juice box and the punch bowl, if it would have more than 1 liter, if it would have less than 1 liter, or if it has about 1 liter in it, if the container was filled. Okay, so put that on the lines underneath each picture, and whenever you're ready to check that, you can push play. Okay, so depending on the size of the pitcher, most pitchers that you would put like lemonade or Kool-Aid in are pretty big. So for this one, you're definitely going to have more than 1 liter if it was filled all the way up. The juice box definitely is small, so you're going to have less than 1 liter. And then a punch bowl is pretty big, so you're going to have more than 1 liter. So notice that none of these were about 1 liter, okay? They were either more than 1 liter or less than 1 liter. I'm not going to do this picture down here. I think it's very, very simple. And this next page has part of what your page has on it. And I just took a picture of it differently because your paper does have these containers on it and your paper does have some of these questions on it. So we're only going to do some of the questions on this side, not all of them. Okay, so when you look at this container right here, when this container is full, it holds 1 liter. And I know that's hard to see because the container looks really small, but it's just the picture. So I guess in actual real life, if you were holding that, it would probably be a decent sized container that looked like the measuring cup. So if this container is full, it holds 1 liter. So notice that, because think about if you were to take this container and pour all of the water into this container would definitely not be full. This container, you might fill it up. This one, maybe not so much, and this one is very tiny. So if you were to pour all of this into there, it actually might overflow. So you got to pay attention to the size of the containers, and if this one was all the way full, it holds about 1 liter. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these questions. I don't know how they're ordered on your paper, so you'll just have to look at it to see which one I'm on your paper. So this one says right here, what if you poured 1 liter of water into container B? Okay, so here's 1 liter. What if you poured that in container B? Describe the way the water fills the container. So what you need to put is, would the container be full? Okay, would it not be full or would it be overflowing? So thinking back to what we were working on, would that container hold 1 liter? Would it hold less than 1 liter? Or would it hold more than 1 liter? So under this question on your paper, I know you have some lines to write on. I want you to write, would container be having 1 liter, less than 1 liter, or more than 1 liter? So go ahead and write that on the lines underneath that question. Okay, so container B, looking at it, it would be about 1 liter. If you were to pour this into there, this one is definitely shorter, but it's more wide. So it has some more room for the water to go in, so it would contain about 1 liter. The next question right here says, estimate how many liters will fill container C and about how many liters will fill container E. Which container will hold more water when it is filled? Okay, so let's break this up some. Container C, so we're just going to look at it. C is going to equal how many liters, if you're looking right here at this one, if that's 1 liter, how many liters do you think would fit into C? So on your piece of paper, I just want you to write C is equal to, and I want you to put how many liters do you think C would hold? Okay, so just by looking at it, you can tell that you could probably take 2 of these containers to fill up container C. So we could say container C has about 2 liters. Okay, the next one, it says how many liters will fill container E. This one's very tiny, so I don't even know if 1 liter would fill it that. I really would probably have to look at it. You might say that it could be about 1 liter. So I'm going to put E is equal to less or about 1 liter. That one's kind of hard to tell because you really would have to see it in person to know. And then it says which container will hold more water when filled. I'm just going to underline C right here out of these 2. Definitely C would hold more than E. Okay, so the next question says, Samuel says that you can pour more liters of water in container E than container D. Let's just put if he's right or wrong, and just by looking at these, you should know which one is going to hold more liters. So is he correct? No. And that's all we're going to put because you know that container D is definitely going to have more liters than container E. So those are all the questions that we're going to do on this part of this side of the paper. I know that you probably had more on yours, but we're just going to do those particular questions. So I hope that you got from this lesson how much a liter actually is and how much a liter can fit into and what things have more than 1 liter and what things have less than 1 liter. You do not have this in your binder, so on your piece of paper somewhere, you're just going to write exit ticket and then you can number it 1, 2, and 3. It says estimate how much liquid volume there will be when the container is full. So if I have a flower vase, is that going to be less than a liter, about 1 liter, or more than 1 liter? So on your paper you will write flower vase and next to it you will put less than a liter, about 1 liter, or more than a liter. Bathtub you will write the same thing, and then a coffee cup you will write the same thing. So writing those 3 things down and then putting one of these next to it for how many liters it would have. So once you have this written on your piece of paper, you will bring that to me and then we will check it.